Yes, that's gonna need a whole new implant.
Hi guys, I'm here with a case for you, and today's case is of a 55-year-old female patient who is completely edentulous. That is, no teeth. Now, present case is basically for just for the lower jaw for implant placement. So the patient is wearing denture, but it is not fitting properly. So the patient is opting now for implant supported prosthesis. We are going here for all on 6 implant. Now, what do we mean by all on 6? Yeah, I'll tell you. All on 6 means that we will choose 6 sites for the implant placement. What will be those 6 sites? 4 will be in the anterior, that is your front region, and 2 implants will be in the posterior, that is your back region. Now in the anterior region, the 4 sites will be first, right side lateral incisor, that is the incisors, okay, there are central lateral, in that also the site of lateral incisor. Right left lateral. Apart from that, right and left premolar, first premolar. And in the posterior region, or you can say in the back region, you will go for first molar region. Now, there are few cases whereby we have to just decide the site, according to the anatomical landmarks and then place the implant. In few cases, the dentist sends the patient with a surgical guide. So the advantage in this case is that the dentist also has an idea where exactly the implant needs to be placed, and the radiologist also has an idea where exactly the implant simulation or the measurement is required. Now you can see, I will show you this 3D image. These are the radiographic markers. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These markers will guide me where should I place the implant. Now I will move my cursor. We will place the implant on the first side, which is 3-2. Okay, that is left lateral incisor. And I'll show you grossly about the mandibular arch. Like here, if you see, there is a concavity. You can say it's a post-surgical defect. Like many times the bone is not there. So a defect means just remember that the bone is not there. Okay, so but this is not our site right now for the implant. We will move on. Here is my marker. I will move my cursor at the center of this marker. Choose my cross sections 1, 2, 3. Middle of the implant, left side and right side. So I will view my implant in 3 sections now. Go to the implant library. Select the height. I will choose release. Now this is my implant library. See, I am choosing the implant, tapered implant I am choosing today. Okay. And here I go. Change the angulation and here is my implant. Slightly place the implant subcristally. Give slight angulation as per the marker, and here my implant is there. If I want, I can hide the measurement or the name right now so that I can see the remaining of the sections. I will just hide it here. Now I will move on to the right side. Again, get my cursor here. Now if you see, you can get idea of the ridge here. The ridge, you can say, is slightly round. Okay, like ridge can be, it can be tapered, or it can be flat, or it can be round. So here the bone is adequate and my ridge is round. Now again I will choose tapered, and remember that in lateral incisor, usually choose an implant, a narrow implant, and in the posterior region, we use a broad implant. So place it slightly subcrestally. Okay, it is good. You must be wondering, so it is just variation in whenever anyone takes a scan, that here it has been asymmetrical, maybe due to the position of the patient, but otherwise it's symmetrical. Okay. Here is one implant, here is another implant. Now move on. So we have placed two implants, that is lateral incisor, lateral incisor. Now moving to the premolar region. So this is my premolar region. Remember, there is, what is this? So this is just a radiopaque endodontic or a restorative material. You can see the density, so it is just maybe at the time of extraction this restorative material has been left, that is why you can appreciate here. So it's not going to cause any difficulty during your implants. Again, take the measurement and just leave your cursor. You have n number of options. Now I'll choose my implant. If you want, you can choose any implant which you want. Okay, I have chosen this one. Turn it, and then bring it here at the crest. Give it slightly, since at the side buccally, if you see, there is a small defect is there. So place your implant very slightly, you can say, or you place the implant here. Move it. Okay. Yes. Okay, keep it here. It's good to go. Okay, so now you don't have to decide, because already the markers are there. So place the implant accordingly. Had there been no marker here, then you have to place the implants as per anatomical landmark. Like for the first premolar region, you can choose mental foramen, and then place the implant. Mental foramen is here. I'll show you. See on the 3D image, you can see this is mental foramen, from where the nerve exits. So in case of, if there is no marker, then you can place the implant anterior to the mental foramen. So that will be your premolar region, because it's just on an average, just by whatever you can imagine. Okay, that my first premolar will be here, so you have to place the implant. But the marker will help you to decide the exact place. Now this is the right premolar I'm placing. See, I'll show you the buccal bevel here. Click on OK, turn it, and place the implant. Now you need to tell the dentist. If you are reporting, then remember that you need to inform the dentist there is a buccal bevel. Why? Because if you don't inform, if the dentist places the implant more buccally, then obviously this region of the implant will get exposed, because there is no bone here. So there are two options. Either place the implant more subcrestally, rather than being just exact at the crestal level. Place it little bit subcrestally, and or you can place it little bit lingually. So need to inform about these minute things, because something, these little things can lead to failure of implant at times. So here the implant is good to go. Now select your molar region. Okay, I'll come here, come move in. And moreover, you can see the impression. Can you see? This is your molar, this is your molar. Sorry for this, I'm really sorry. I'll just cancel it out. See, this is molar region, this is premolar, this is canine. If you try to see the shadow, the patient was wearing denture at the time of the scan. That is why you can see these shadows. Okay. Now I've selected this. Select. Now I am taking a implant of 8 mm. Okay. As I told you, usually in the posterior region, take a wide implant because the entire load has to go to the posterior region. That is why. Now, as we already know that whenever place an implant, you need to keep a gap from any anatomical landmark, like whether it is sinus or nasal floor or mandibular canal. Mandibular canal is the canal through which your mandibular nerve passes. Now what I will do, take the measurement tool, calculate a distance of 2 mm, release, okay, and now bring your implant little bit down. So now if you see, I have a distance of nearly 2 mm between the implant apex and the canal. You can little bit move it little bit down, okay. Now you check, this is 2 mm, you can delete the measurement, okay. Now see, if I talk about the posterior region, the height is not adequate, okay. This is my implant, only this part. So this part of the implant is getting exposed. Now you have to write in your report or inform the fellow dentist that this patient needs ridge augmentation and bone grafting in order to provide adequate bone height and width. Because if I leave the distance from the canal for the safety purpose, then my height and the width is not at all adequate right now. Now I'll see what's the case on the other side. Bring your cursor at the center and release. Now see, this is also a buccal bevel. I move my cursor, I release it for 8 mm. Select your implant and now position it. Align your implant. Again, always remember, leave a gap of 2 mm from any anatomical landmark whenever you place the implant. Your implant is placed. See here, you have 2.3. Actually, if you want, you can move little bit, just 0.1 mm. Okay. So now, if I show you on the 3D, you can have a look. See, you have 1, 2, 3. Your implants are here ready. Okay, these are your implants. Same happens in maxilla, but this patient basically came for mandible. So we just have these 6 implants. Okay, so I hope you like the work, and if you have any doubt or query regarding the implant placement, then please let me know, and just keep supporting us. Thank you so much.